Hey friends, it's Miriam Gilmore with True Mortgage Lending, and I wanted to give you an update as to what is going on with the mortgage industry and how it's being affected by the coronavirus. So last week I talked to you guys a little bit about what was happening with government loans and some of the changes that were happening with the credit requirements, meaning that it was no longer a 550 or a 580. Now the credit scores are up to a 640, and there's even talks about that moving further up to a 680. It's not out yet, but I would not be surprised if it happens. I also wanted to mention a couple of things that as realtors you might want to incorporate into your business and in the way that you are maybe putting contracts together for your borrowers or buyers. So we're having issues with appraisals. So we're having issues with people entering properties. So Fannie Mae has allowed for some changes, which is basically they'll do some drive-by appraisals, and this is going to be allowed with certain criteria, like for example, loan to values below 80%. And the ones above, they might require it. So it's really just a case by case, but we're seeing a lot of that. And I've had a couple of loans that they've switched from an actual appraisal where they go into the house and they do everything and take pictures and all that of inside the house. They're doing a drive-by. So that will help with that situation. Another thing that I've been seeing issues with is verifications of employment. A lot of companies, as you know, are working from home. Some places are closed, so you do have to allow for that time. So everything is just taking a little bit longer. And all of these things that I'm mentioning is just to let you know that possibly the best idea is to extend those closing days. So typically if you had a 30 or 45 day close, you want to look at somewhere above 45 to 60 days, just because you have to allow for all of these nuances that are just taking longer to play out. Other things, like in my case, excuse me, I have condominiums that I do. The condo management companies are taking longer to get back to you. The setups, the appointments for condo approval, like to get your customer approved by the condominium, that may take longer. So these are all things that you might want to just think ahead so that you can plan yourself out accordingly. Make sure your borrower goes out right away to get that condo or set up the appointment for condo approval. I'm not sure how condominiums are doing it right now. Some will do it over like a Zoom call. But again, every company is different, so you want to see how they're taking care of that. There's other changes, but for now, that's it. I wanted to get this information. If there's any questions that you have, please feel free to reach out. I do want to let you know that I do some Instagram stories so that you can know what's going on day to day, and I give you more information regarding that back end side on the secondary market. I have some information on that, which I'll have on my Instagram and on my Facebook, so if you don't follow me there, be sure to click below one of the buttons and follow along so that you can see any updates that I might have. I appreciate you, and I hope that you're doing well. If I could be of any assistance to you, please feel free to reach out.